Some people say that we couldn't build the ancient Egyptian pyramids with modern technology. Today I'm going to try and prove them wrong. That is, if you consider slime blocks to be modern technology, they're like 10 years old now. Well, at least honey blocks are new. They were added in 2019, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. I'm starting to feel as old as a pyramid. Stage 1 is getting the base mechanics all worked out. Now this is the part that I'm 99% certain is going to be trouble-free. And I really should resist saying things like that, to be honest with you. So here we have a single flying machine, and it will have some sandstone on top of it. If we activate this bottom one, it will fly off into the distance. But I'm not going to do that just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a little bit of sandstone there, and then I am going to stack a bunch of these alternating next to one another. Of course, I forgot to place my movable objects on top, and this thing started trying to construct itself. Here goes. This is the first test of the system. I don't know why I'm nervous. Right. Okay. So my theory works. Basically, all of these crash into one another, but they crash into one another in a nice little diagonal. All right. I think you can see where this idea is going. The only problem is I haven't worked out how to do corners just yet, and I haven't worked out how to do the top of the pyramid. So we'll start with a little pyramid, the Bass Pro Shops pyramid. So I've got two of our flying machines here, and now I'm just trying to work out the corner. And I've realized, you know, corners in Minecraft are always the tricky thing with redstone contraptions, because I don't know, we're going to have to endlessly shrink this module. I've also realized that building a gigantic pyramid out of this is going to be a Herculean task. It's going to be so massive. So the outer edge is done. Now, do I just keep going in like an onion? What might be a smart idea, is if I almost need to like lay out a pattern above. So we'll have slime blocks here, and then this will all need to be honey blocks, but I'm almost thinking, oh no, I can't do that because that will attach. Oh no. Oh, is this impossible? The problem is I can't cram things into the corner enough, and as soon as I start overlapping these, then everything breaks. I know this. I've done this hundreds of times. I should have learned by now. Maybe the people of the internet are right. Maybe we couldn't build the pyramids with modern technology. I shelved this idea for a few days, and then came back to it with a fresh pair of eyes. Checkerboard. Checkerboard. Yes, this could save my bacon. Checkerboard. Terracotta. Terracotta doesn't stick to anything. It's like a neutral block. So that's good. I think, yeah, we could be onto a winner here. And this is significantly more repeatable than that design over there, which basically required a bespoke flying machine setup every single time we increased the size of the pyramid. I'm actually super embarrassed that I didn't think of this first. Like, this is obviously the first thing that I should have come up with. I am a little bit concerned about the bottom of the flying machines sticking to one another, but we'll see what happens here. This is just going to be a little test. It's just 25 checkers, I guess, of the checkerboard pyramid. That corner is totally going to be a problem, isn't it? I have got a potential solution in mind, but I guess for now, I'll test it. All right, things are starting to look like an actual build now. Gradually, bit by bit, each element of this structure is coming together, and this should be it. Okay, we've got a 5x5 grid of pyramid, a pyragrid, and then I'm going to run the redstone lines which are going to activate this thing underneath all of our observers. And thankfully this machine is small enough that I can use redstone lines. Obviously when we build our gigantic pyramid, then I won't be able to do that. We'll have to think of something else. So we've got all of those. Now we remove all of the immovable objects. This is where things start getting scary, and I start wondering if I should have made a backup earlier. I've installed my rings of terracotta. Now I just need my area of sandstone, and I would say cut sandstone. It has to be cut sandstone, right? The build is now ready, and it is time for the first test. I am ridiculously nervous. I'm like 50% certain this is going to work. Bro, we got a pyramid. We got a pyramid. It has a bit of a flat top, but a pyramid has formed. What? That was really satisfying. Oh, wow. What happened in the middle here? Whoa. What? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so this this got stuck to this. So that is the issue that I suspected we were going to have. So I'm just going to need to make sure that I kind of mirror the ones on this side so that they don't stick to one another. That's the best I could possibly explain it. But this has gone well. We got ourselves a pyramid, a mid-sized pyramid. Now it's time to work on the pyramid. I tried to fix the sticking thing and it failed in the most amazing way. My flying machine started going downwards. I'm going to choose to ignore that my second test has just failed and just build a big one. All right. I couldn't help myself. I had to do a medium-sized test and I've discovered something. If I have an even number of modules, then we don't run into the sticking issue because 4 modules go to the top instead of 1 trying to go upwards. This is excellent news. This test involved a 16 by 16 area of modules. I think we go all out. 128 by 128, which would make a 256 by 256 pyramid. Is my computer going to catch fire? I actually just had to double check what the world build height was because I'd forgotten. I've also decided that the way we're going to trigger this thing is just by using a fill command. I could use signs, but frankly, this is much easier. So all the groundwork has been laid. Now it's time to start building. And by building, I of course mean copy and pasting this thing many, many times over. So this is 64 modules across. So we're going to do double that. Now there is genuinely no way my computer's surviving this. If it manages it, I don't want to hear a single word from anyone ever again about the fact that I play on a Mac Studio. Here it is. The final strip. Oh my goodness. Now comes the incredibly painful task of doing all of the terracotta. I need to do squares of terracotta, gradually getting smaller, going all the way into the middle. I've actually had to whip out the Google Sheets to get this to function. Oh my goodness though, look how well this system works. Look. How awesome is this? This is I'm actually smart. I feel like I've just done a smart thing. This is a good system that I've just created here. And before someone tells me I should be using outlines or the hollow fill, unfortunately that doesn't work on single layer fills. So this is why I'm having to do this air thing. But after 131 lines of my spreadsheets, this build is completed, and this is already impressive looking and slightly brain breaking, but it's about to become a lot more impressive and a lot more brain breaking. I'm sweating. My computer's about to be sweating. I'm so incredibly nervous. I have no clue what's about to happen. Oh my goodness. Here it goes. The pyramid is being constructed and it looks like it's working. Oh my goodness, it's actually working. What is this? This is obscene. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of lighting updates and a lot of things going on, but it's remarkably smooth. It's actually handling it quite well. I'm so curious what this looks like on the inside. I was meant to use terracotta. It's taking the gold blocks with it. I'm so glad that didn't break it. My goodness. This is stupid. This is so stupid. I'm really curious to see when it starts speeding up. I mean, this is still an enormous number of blocks that this is trying to move. It's too big to fit in my screen already. It's honestly like I'm printing a pyramid from the sky. This is ridiculous. Wow. I am so glad I used gold blocks for this because this looks ridiculous on the inside. Oh, things are speeding up. Here we go. The pyramid is accelerating. This is the stupidest thing I've ever built, I think. It's going to really start speeding up towards the end, and that's going to be so satisfying. Here we go. Final layers popping up. There we go. Now it's in full speed. Oh my goodness. I have a beaming smile on my face. And there it is. We have got a self-building, absolutely enormous pyramid. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so pleased. I have literally got a smile from ear to ear. That is so funny. That has worked so well. That looked so good. I'm so amazed by how smooth everything was. So there we have it, folks. Turns out you actually can build the pyramids using modern technology. Just need a handful of slime blocks, handful of honey blocks, some Google Sheets, and an afternoon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!